So who am I speaking with?
Barton Goldenberg, president of ISM out of Bethesda, Maryland.
And you started this big CRM conference we're at, and the question I was going to ask you was, if I'm a SMB and I'm looking to buy a CRM package, what are the criteria I should be looking for? And then you pulled up this huge volume. Show me this volume you've got.
In 1989, we began to test CRM software long before the industry is where it is today. The lab tests 217 criteria. There's business functional criteria, and I'll give you some examples. There's technical features, there's user friendliness, and then there's ease of implementation. So we test on 4 different levels. And let me try to answer your question. What does one look for? Typically, there are 5 areas that you'll want to be involved in. One is the sales side, if that's part of your business. And in sales, you're looking at contact management, account management, sales pipeline management, opportunity management. It's proposal writing, it's hardcore sales function. On the second area is marketing, and more it's digital marketing, but it's things like market campaign management, market segmentation, email campaigns, those types of marketing tools. We move on to the third area for criteria, that's the customer service area. And there you're looking for what's called customer incident escalation and tracking. So I have an issue, a service issue or a call, I'm going to track it, I'm going to solve it, and then I'm going to get back to you with an answer. And that's the third module. So you're going to look for the capability to do either self-service in terms of putting my own issue in and or using a system that will allow me to call it in or send it in via, let's just say, the web, and then somebody tracks it and uses it. So sales, marketing, customer service. The fourth area is e-business. And in e-business, we're looking at, how well can I come off the web, use your service either to buy things, for service, for marketing questions, for sales questions, the whole e-business interface. So you'll want to look at products on the floor that are e-business capable. And the fifth and final area that you use for criteria is analytics. And in analytics, what you're looking for is an ability to take data from your existing CRM, sales, marketing, customer service, and e-business modules and make sense of it in terms of allowing you to better, segment your market, call on the right customers, know where I am in the pipeline. There's a bunch of things that we use the analytics for. So those would be the 5 criteria that I would look for: sales, marketing, customer service, e-business, and the analytical side. But for every company, particularly in the small and medium-sized business, you have to ask a couple of additional questions. Are the processes to do good selling, so your sales pipeline, or your ability to write a proposal and build on existing boilerplate that you may have already written, are your processes in place on the sales side, on the marketing side, on the customer service? Because you'd want to make sure your processes are in place at a reasonable in a reasonable way before you add technology to it, because what technology is supposed to do is it's supposed to enhance and drive efficiency into a process. If your processes aren't into place, you shouldn't be on this floor looking for technology. You should be fixing your processes first and then come for your technology. The second question you need to ask: what type of a technical environment do you want to work in? Is it on-premise where you own the data, it's on your system and you control the configuration and utilization and the network? Is it in the cloud? Is it some breed in between called hybrid or some mix? So you have to ask your question, how do you want to deploy it? Another important question you want to ask before you go out and buy your software is the readiness of your people. Using CRM effectively requires a discipline that many small and medium-sized businesses tend not to have. It requires, if I am into sales pipeline, it means that when you visit a customer, you have to judge where are they in the pipeline and what's the probability of close. So you have to look at readiness from a cultural perspective of your people to utilize the processes and the tools of CRM. In the best of successful CRM initiatives, 80% of the success depends upon the people and process component, 20% depends on the technology component. So while we all get overwhelmed with the technological choice, the amount of money we're going to spend on technology, your focus should be on the 50% people and 30% process, or 80% of the equation that has nothing to do with technology.